어.
여기 무조건 다시 와야 돼. Where should we go to see? Do this job. I'm 넷째로. 안녕.
안녕. 우리는 오늘 어디 갑니까?
시빈이요.
시빈 파운데이션 가고 있어요.
시빈 가봤는데
맞아. 우리가 한국에서부터 가고 싶었던 시빈을 찾아서 가고 있어요. 어.
시빈이라고 써 있는 것 같은데.
가보자. 진짜다. 시빈 파운데이션 써있다. 맞아. 와, 우리가 한국에서 찾고 공부하던 곳을 드디어 찾았어요.
2시간 사이가 아니라 2시간만 된다는 건가? 그래도 이거 알아서 너무 아쉽다. 여기 무조건 다시 와야 돼. 나.
그러니까 여기 반드시 다시 오자. 우리 이것 때문에 온 거잖아, 그지? 알았어. 시빈 파운데이션 가고 있어요.
1시 반이랑 11시 반만 오픈하고 평일에만 할 수 있어가지고 오늘 가봅니다.
맞아. 오늘밖에 이제는 도저히 시간이 없어서 한국에서부터 우리 계속 메일 보냈었잖아, 그치?
근데 답장이 없고 구독 그것만.
맞아. 자기네 구독 내용만 보내주고 답장이 없어요, 지금. 근데
호주에서 I'm 넷째로를 외칠 수 있을까? 과연? 그럼 Let's go!
여기다!
와, 엄마
오늘은 약간 희망적인 게 그 문은 좀
열려있어. 지난번에 이거 좀 검은색으로 닫혀있어.
Hello, hi.
Are you the Sibin, the person? We are environmental YouTuber and we sent it a lot of emails in Korea, our country. They just
Yeah, we work for we have two different companies, and we work for the other one, not Stevens Foundation.
Where should we go to see? How do I get to see? Yeah, we came on to
So you see the ramp that way? So you can go down over the dock. And there's two sea bins down there, one on that side and one at the end.
Only see it inside here what time?
Oh, that's up to
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There are catches for the day. This is what
Ah.
we've collected from some of the bins.
아,
The trash?
Yep.
우와.
All plastics,
Ah.
microplastics and trash, yeah.
Where does all the trash go to?
So we sort them in here, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just sorting them, and then once we count everything, we'll put them over here for storage and for education. So this is everything that we've collected over the past few years down here, and then there's storage over there as well.
How did you begin to do this stuff?
The CEO invented it in 2016 in Spain. They invented it to clean the water over there and then moved back to Australia to clean the water over here. And there's been a few different versions of it through the years. So this one here is version 6.
This is the secret.
우와. 우와, very big.
Korea is also a land that is covered of the ocean, but can Korea do this stuff too?
Yeah, so what they need for proper implementation for Stevens is calm water, a harbor. So if there's a harbor there, like that would probably be appropriate. But calm water is most important. So when you go down to this, here you'll see they like to be in the corners. So like the corner of like a boulder. Yeah, just calm water is really important because they are.
Does this cost a lot of money to this?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like another thing. It's so simple, but it does cost quite a bit of money. We used to actually sell them, and people would buy them, but that was a previous version that they would do. But nobody can buy these ones because they're quite expensive and they're difficult to.
I'm an environmental YouTuber, but can you only give me one mission that I can do for the Earth?
For the Earth in general.
Yeah, in general.
Well, I think you're already doing something great by talking about it, environmental YouTube. That's great. I mean, just continuing to talk to other people about it and sharing different causes and how to reduce plastic waste would definitely be something that would be relevant for Stephen. Yeah.
See the Sibin and go back.
Yeah. It's just over there. You can't see it. It's just over there.
Okay.
지금 이제 간단하게 시빈에 대한 설명을 듣고 직접 바다에서 어떤 역할을 하는지 보려고 가고 있어요. 우와, 여기 있다. 진짜 여기. 우와.
So there's nothing in it.
아,
It's like
See how it just kind of bobs up and down? So there's a motor at the very bottom. The water pulls it from the top, and then it spits it out at the very bottom. So even though it was just emptied a few minutes ago, you can see there's already some microplastics and different type of food wrappers in there. Unfortunately.
the water comes inside and the water goes out and the trash just go inside.
Yeah. So if you think back to the one that was in the lab, how it has the motor on the very bottom. It just works with the natural surface tension built in the top 10 millimeters of the surface. So it just bobs up and down. And then, so the water gets pulled through and squeezes at the bottom. So in that process, it removes any plastic or anything. And you connect up the power here. So if you wanted to empty it, you just turn off the power and then it pops up. And then you can empty it. And then you can pull it up. You can see it's like turning off. And then when you empty it, turn the power back on and it just kind of like floats down and then picks its spot back up.
Do we need to make the whole sea to be very clean?
Yeah, I think it's like there's no number because unfortunately there's so much plastic in the ocean and we've already counted and collected more than like millions just in this year so far. So what we focus on is not so much as cleanup because the problem is already so drastic and once it gets out of Sydney Harbour there's nothing that we can do with our technology.
I want to go to Korea and make these stuff and then put it in the sea right away.
Yeah. Nice to meet you
Thank
too.
you. 바이바이. 역시 기다림 끝에 이 보람은 그치? 정말 와보길 잘했다. 계속 예약도 안 되고 왔을 때마다 비어 있었는데 어떡해?
우리나라에 가자마자 이런 장치를 설치하고 싶어.
진짜 그치? 근데 너무 멋지다. 저 쓰레기통이 아무것도 아니지만 하는 일이 엄청 크잖아. 그치?
맞아.
우리도 삼면이 바다라서 우리나라에도 저런 거 많이 설치하면 좋겠다.
맞아. 우리나라 이런 거 많이 설치하면 바다가 깨끗해질 거야.
그러니까
이런 거를 많이 알려야 돼요.
진짜 너무너무 애썼어. 좋은 인터뷰 그리고 우리가 한국에서부터 그렇게 보고 싶었던 스이빈을 드디어
봤습니다.
인터뷰도 성공하고 호주에서 이제 아인 넷째를 외칠 수 있겠다. 그치?
I'm 넷째로 안녕.
안녕.
아인 TV 구독과 좋아요 눌러주세요.